Hi, I'm the cat toy lady. I'm excited for today's toy because it's one that can be easily donated to shelters and your own cats will love it too. I am going to show you how to make a no-sew cat bed. I know you're thinking, whoa, there's how many videos out there of no-sew beds? This one is different. All those other videos that you see are just flat pillows that are tied together. What's going to set this apart is that it's going to have side walls. Cats love beds that have walls to them. It helps them feel secure, it holds heat, it keeps them from rolling off like the regular flat no-sews, and it doesn't take a lot of things to buy. I have 2 different colors of no-sew fleece. My main part is only going to be half a yard that's folded over at the bias. That's that seam that goes along the top, and some filling. Thanks to the chaos of the world right now, I could not get my usual polyfill. So today I'm going to be using a batting, which is just like thin layers. And I'll show you how to make the cat bed with that. You can use polyfill or batting, and a good pair of scissors. I'm excited, let's get started. Again, I have half a yard wide of fleece, and the bed we're making today is going to be oval shaped. You can do this as a circle or oval. Oval doesn't waste as much fabric. To get started, we're gonna cut out all the pieces we need. So take that half a yard, fold it in half, one direction, and fold it in half the other. We're going to cut out a large oval. The narrow end that has that open seam, we are going to drop down about 3 inches away from the end and make an oval that goes all the way around and down. You can throw the extra away or just save it to be able to make other cat toys from. If you're using 2 different colors like me and not just one solid color, take your second color or your second piece, measuring out from the direction of that open seam, not the cut edge, or that bias, measure 12 inches up and cut straight across all the way down. Now take this piece and open it up completely and fold it in half long ways, all the way down. When you have a short table like I do, keeping one end rolled will just keep everything from shifting. Open your oval back up, making sure all the pieces stay directly lined up with each other. What we're going to do is take this piece and we are going to lay it out going about 2 inches away from the border. And we're going to start just slightly off center from the middle on the smaller edge. And we're just gonna eyeball about 2 inches. Just like that. You can see how much here is overlapping. Now we're going to start cutting it once it's lined up. We're going to cut about 2.5 inches long, going through both pieces. So that's 4 layers altogether. Then we're going to move over about 1.5 inches and do it again. We're going to do that all the way around. And remember, on the curved areas, you may have to start a little bit more than 1.5 inches apart. The goal is to where the top points are, those are 1.5 inches apart, not the base of what you're snipping, not your fringe. See how this part's getting a little bit wider? The goal is to keep the pieces up here the same width apart. I'm going to use 2 little clips that I have just so I know how to keep things lined up. On one end, where the overlapping pieces are, I'm just going to put a clip on the bottom piece. And on the top, I'm going to put it on the piece that comes around away from me. Both clips are lining up. I'm doing this that way I can find the correct fringe slices to be able to match them up in the future. Now where all these little slice marks are, we're actually going to expand them to about 2.5 inches themselves. We're going to run this all the way down. Placing the ruler along as my stop point just makes it easier so I can go quicker and make sure I'm not going too far. Now we're going to go halfway in between each fringe at the very top of their points and make a cut mark through both pieces. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can pick up the piece and fold it and snip through, or you can fold it up and snip through like that. Whatever you find easiest. Just make sure you're cutting through both pieces. We're going to do this on the fringes of this piece and the other piece. And they're little 1/2 inch snips. Now that you have all the little snips done, we're going to line everything back up. But this time we're going to put those little 1/2 inch snips on top of each other. And now, this last tassel and the little nub of the tassel, we're going to go ahead and cut straight off. Just cut straight along at the cut marks, like that. I did go ahead and grab a little flathead screwdriver. This is just going to be a little bit of an extra help. What we're going to do is take all 4 pieces of fringe that are on top of each other, and we are going to fold them over into that hole and pull them through. It's easiest to do 2 at a time. Don't try to do all 4. So watch. You pick it up. I use my finger to help me line up both holes together. I take top 2 pieces and tuck them into that hole and pull them through the back side. Then take your other 2 pieces and tuck them in too. Pull them through. And that's what you're doing. You're going to be doing this all the way around, but your last 5 or so fringes, don't do them with the rest of them. That way we can still stuff the bed. So get started going all the way around, tucking those pieces in. I have all but the last 5 fringes done. Now I'm going to cut my batting and tuck it into the bottom piece, and then I'll show you how I'm going to be able to put it into the side walls. The batting's already the correct width for what I need. I went ahead and flipped my bed upside down, that way I could get a better judgment of exactly how wide and long it is. I am just peeking to see how wide it is, and I'm going to cut straight down this edge. Making sure not to cut through your bed underneath. I'm going to take this piece, set it on top, and cut a second one. I want it nice and fluffy. Don't wear a lip gloss and cut batting, by the way. I'm going to round the corners just barely so it will fit the bed. Just a little snip here and there. Now I'm just going to slightly roll, kind of make a burrito out of it, and using that hole, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to slide this inside, then tuck everything down to where it will lie flat. Put it in all the way to the end, and then using my hand, I'm going to take that piece. I know you can't see this, but that side piece, I'm going to put it all the way up against the edge of the fringe, and then I'm going to help this unroll on the inside. See how nice and fluffy it is. Now for my side walls. I'm going to cut another strip of the batting. It's going to be about 12 inches wide. Now I'm going to open the batting up, and I'm going to fold it in half lengthwise and then fold it in half again, making 4 layers all the way down. Remember how I rolled everything before? That'll help again. Now again. Now we have a neat little roll. I'm going to take my floppy tape measure. You can use anything that you can actually attach the batting to for this. So you can use string or a thin rope. I just know that this won't rip, and it has the metal tabs that I can secure the ends to. So watch. You start feeding it in, and you are going to use that metal tab that you can feel and use it to be able to move it like an inchworm all the way around the edge till it comes out the other side. You can try to put the batting in before you connect the pieces together, but when you're first getting started, that can be very difficult to be able to keep everything together and lined up. So that's why we're doing it in this order. So I am going to go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and I'm going to trim this last piece off like I did on the other side. So this piece, we can go ahead and kind of fold it backwards so we can see into our hole here. And I'm going to go down a couple inches and roll the pieces together. Then I'm going to clip with the clips that we used before all the way down. They're really snugly together. I made sure that that metal piece, the little loop that's in it, is getting caught on this. So then we are just going to slowly start sliding this back out. And I'm just keeping tension at the hole, be able to help this be able to go in, and just slowly gathering it up and then pulling it through. There we go, we have it pulled through. Go ahead and take your clamps off. And if you want the edges to be a little bit tighter and more pulled in and less floppy, you can adjust how tight your batting is on the inside, and that'll keep it tight for you. So those last 5 fringes, you can go ahead and tuck them in together, leaving your batting sticking out the end. Once you get the batting pulled through to where you're happy with it and it meets up with itself, snip it off with just a little extra to spare. Remember how we made extra pieces that are overhanging right now? I'm just going to roll that back like you would a sleeve of a shirt so it's out of the way and I can see what the exact opening is. Then meet up both of the ends of your batting and give it a cut down the middle to that center spot where everything meets up. To make sure our batting can't back out and go around, you're going to take both pieces, your top piece that you just snipped and then the bottom piece, and tie a knot in them. Bottom 2. Now where our pieces meet up, I'm going to undo one of the pieces but leaving the other one rolled up, and I'm going to make snips to where my scissors end at the back of the cuff, and I'm just going to snip straight down on the very top. Then I'm going to go halfway down, snip again on both sides. Then we're going to take these pieces, do that same little snip that we did before in the middle, and we are going to flip them into themselves to secure them together. Just like that. So do it again. Flip the same direction. That way it looks pretty. All the convenience of a no-sew blanket or bed, but you don't have to worry about once it's stuffed them rolling off of it. Cats don't like that. Now you have walls to it. Kitty cat can get all snuggled inside. And the best part is you can make this in any shape you want. I know my cats are going to love it. And I think I'm going to make some extra, that way I can donate them. Just in case you're wondering what other cool toys you could make for your cat, check out these videos. And of course, you want to see the ones that come up in the future, so hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell notifications. Now go make your cat some toys. So cute. Actually, not so. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at?